Hi everyone, how's it going? So I am going to show you an updated rose tutorial. So I haven't done these roses on my YouTube channel yet, but I have done them on my Facebook page. And so this is what they look like. They're very cute, and these ones are large, but essentially you can make them smaller if you want. And I like to make them white because I do my own glimmer mist, so I can spray them or paint them whatever color I like. And so what you're going to need is you're going to need 3 punches. It doesn't really matter which size, as long as you have a large punch and a small punch. But since I'm doing larger flowers, I'm doing 2 1/4 punch and then a 1 3/4 punch. And they're 5 petal punches. You can do these with 6 petals, 8 petals, doesn't matter, as long as you have a smaller one and a larger one. Personally, I think the more petals you have, the better the roses look, but 5 petal roses are easier for me to make. And so what you're going to do is you have the 3 larger ones and the 3 smaller ones. And so I already went ahead and rolled one of these so I can show you what needs to be done. So the 3 larger ones, you're just going to take a paintbrush, no fancy tools, and you're just going to roll these along the edge. There we go. Alright, so you do that all the way around and you'll have this really funny looking curly piece. And then you'll do that to one of the smaller petals. So you have the 4 of them curled. They should be 3 large punches and 1 small punch curled. And then for the smaller, or the 2 last ones, you're going to rock and roll and pinch it in between the paintbrush. So you just put it in the middle and pinch your fingers and roll it around. There we go. And essentially you can make flowers out of these ones too. I have a tutorial on my page about how to make flowers with just this shape. And then what you're going to do is you should end up with this. And this is how I do my setup before I hot glue everything. I kind of just mold everything, make sure I have everything good to go. And it's just kind of like an assembly line of stuff. And so you should have your 3 shapes, your 4 curled shapes, your petals over here, and then your 2 last ones that go in the center. And then to make it a little bit easier on myself, I like to take them and just mold them in the middle. And as I'm doing that, I just kind of work my way a little bit more around, so that way the closer I get to the middle, the more the petals are going to stand up. Alright. So it was literally that easy to do. And I'll go ahead and get started on how to do a rose. Alright, so you're going to take your petal and this one we're going to do almost to the top but not quite. And you're just going to kind of pinch these all together. It'll make its own little rosebud. As you can see, it's starting to form. And then as the paper cools, it'll just keep this form. But my scrapbook room is a little bit hot right now, so the hot glue is not cooling as fast as I like. So for this one, I'm just going to go not all the way towards the top. We're just going to stop in the middle. And we're going to offset these petals. So again, we're going to kiss them. We're going to kiss them together, pinch them tight to the rosebud. Alright, so then you end up with that. And then you're going to take your next petal and you're going to go about 1/4 of the way up. Still make a little star shape following the petal shape. And you're going to offset these as well. Alright. Oh. There we go. Oh. Of course I would do that. Tutorials and me do not get along. Also because I don't do a very good job explaining things. Alright, so it should look like that, a little rosebud. And you could also leave these like this. I mean, you could, you know, hide these in a little bunch of roses as a little rosette. But since we're making a larger rose, okay, so for these last 3, we're just going to put the hot glue right in the middle and continue to offset these. Alright. And to me, it's just easier for me to work on the actual petal and then adding it to the bottom as opposed to putting the hot glue on the bottom and then trying to wiggle it in there. I don't know. If you can do that, kudos to you, but for me, I just cannot seem to work that way. Alright, so you offset the petals. And while you're doing that, you want to also make sure that you're working the petals even more up. And you can always mold these petal shapes to how you want them. Alright, so for the last one, we're going to offset it again. And it's literally that easy. And you can glimmer mist these, you can paint them, you can put stickles on them. And you can also put little hot glue drops on there to make it look like raindrops. And so, anyways, I hope this was a helpful tutorial. Hope you guys like it. And I hope you guys have a wonderful time crafting. Bye.